शिवबाहो गति विष्णु पादाया अष्टोत्तर शताब्दी divine grace AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami Gopal की जय। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रहलादकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शताब्दी divine grace भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फौंडराचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धननाथ जी की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। बृहद ट्रांसलेशन बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद हरे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबली हरे कृष्णा। ऑल ग्लोरीज ऑल श्री गुरु and गौरंग
Who is supposed to sing Narsingarti today? Who is assigning? Huh? Who was the... oh, Nikita, right? Where is Nikita?
Soccer match, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No? Okay. Dhruv, yeah, good idea. No, creative help. But next week already Nikita is there. Nikita next week. Dhruv, you know that anyway. That's okay.
Akash remembers.
No. Akash? Good, okay. Akash? Actually, I don't want to sing, but if everybody run away when I sing, so that's why I don't want to. So, go ahead. That's okay. By looking at that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, see? See? That's a spirit.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Somebody can distribute Bhagavad Gita books, please. These are Bhagavad Gita books. First, Kandal distribute them. These are good. And collect the papers back too.
Any folder?
No, all of them are mine.
Krishna's day. Yeah, that's good enough. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namastutyam.
Narayanam Namastutyam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devi Saraswati Vyasam.
Devi Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Jayam Hudiraya.
Tato Jayam Mudiraya.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Satchidananda Vigraha.
Satchidananda Vigraha.
Anadiradir Govinda.
Anadiradir Govinda.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
Devaki Nandanaya cha.
Devaki Nandanaya cha.
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya.
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namah.
Okay. Let's start with the Vaishnavacharya prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dvadati Sapadankitam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Rupa Sindhubhya eva ca Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhattavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Thank you all of you for coming in spite of the busy schedules in summer. So I'm planning to start third chapter today. I've been promising for a long time. I need Bhagavad Gita book, Prabhuji, if you have extra. One, yeah. So, I was, how many families today? Raj said he's going to come. He called me today morning. Okay, and Venu Prabhu, they went to Sweet 16 party. Prasad Guru Prabhu went to, I don't know, maybe Shashtipurti, I don't know.
Yes, arrived from Virginia.
Friends are there. Sometimes having friends also obstacle in devotional paths sometimes if they visit too many times. Right? Or you have to bring the friends also here, they become devotees.
That's an opportunity.
Right? So, and who else? 2-3 families. Supraja, of course, 5 families. Yeah, when the summer is here, there's a challenge. Where is Dinesh Prabhu?
Somebody's knocking. So he went to pick up Nikita.
Oh, okay.
She just called. She's waiting there.
Okay. So, yeah, when the summer is here, we want to go for outing. So that also, it's better to have winter throughout the year than if everybody comes to Bhakti Vriksha. Right? So let's see. I'm planning to start third chapter. Anyway, I was going through the verses from 1 to 3. And Krishna, the second chapter we had for a long time. Then we had a first sloka of Nectar of Instruction, right? Written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So anybody remember sloka other than spiritual family? Anybody remember sloka or ready to tell the sloka?
First
Go ahead.
Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Budaro Vapasta Vegam. I know the meaning that who control all these things will definitely have followers throughout the.
Right. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jihva vegam udaropastha vegam etan vegan yo vishaheta tiraha sarvamapi pam pratibimsasi syat. So, a person who controls urges, right? Vegas means urges of these 6, right? And out of these 6, if you observe, 3 are abstract, 3 are gross level. 3 are abstract. Vacho, right? Vacho, when we talk, you cannot see the talking. Okay? Vacho vegam. Manaha, mind. You cannot see mind. Krodha, anger, but it cannot, you can only say action, but you cannot see as a anger. Like a wind, we know wind we feel, but we cannot see the wind. So, vacho vegam, manasa, krodha vegam. These 3 are abstract level. Jivva vegam, we can see the tongue. Udaropastha vegam, and other genitals. Okay, so these 3 we can see physically. Other 3 things we cannot see physically. So 3 abstract things, 3 gross things, like a subtle body and gross body. So gross body we can see like air, water, ether and fire, these things. And whereas sukshma sharir, mind, intelligence and false ego. Mataji, whoever is sitting can come this side. I want to see the faces.
Yeah.
Please, I want to see everybody. Okay. So Mataji, आप इधर आ जाइए. Mirra Mataji. So these 6 Vegas are very, very strong. A person who can control these 6 Vegas, 6 urges, he can make disciples all over the world. Right? Or a person who can control these 6 urges can have a control over the devotional service what they perform. Right? So that's why Rupa Goswami explains. So then we connected that 6 Vegas with the second chapter, because second chapter, where this second chapter starts with, first of all, Arjuna was totally bewildered. He says, I don't want to fight the war because all my kith and kin are there. He has been taken so many millions, hundreds of years to collect the arms and ammunition to fight the war. He went to Indradev and he got Prasprastha and all those things he has got. You know, if you go to first chapter, Deva Dattam Dhanunjaya, you know, those slokas are there, right? Deva Dattam Dhanunjaya. So those slokas, so everybody there, Gandiva, everybody describes. All these things have been accumulated over the years and years. And now at the time of the climax, and Arjuna asking Krishna to take my chariot in between the 2 armies, and Krishna obeys because he is Rathasarathi, he obeys his law, he takes him there. And when he takes him there, then what happens? Bewilderment comes. Oh my gosh, what did I do all these years? Why have I been collecting all these arms and ammunition to kill my own kith and kin? And he just looks like this, and you know, Arjuna is such a warrior. Such a warriors, when they come to battlefield, he got bewildered, confusion. What I am doing? They are the same person which I have done so many tapasya, so many things to collect all these arms. Now when I come to the climax situation, I am thinking now, should I really fight this war? Then what he says? No, Krishna, I don't want to fight this war. Maybe begging arms is better than fighting this war. He comes with all different tricks to avoid the fighting. Right? Then Krishna is just, because Krishna, what is Krishna? He is a Rathasarathi, he knows everything. He is situated in everyone's in the Paramatma. Sarvasya chaham prisannivishto mattasmriti jnanam apohanancha. He is situated in the Paramatma in the heart. He knows what Arjuna is thinking, but he is giving chance to Arjuna to lament, to show the world that we do so many activities in our life. When it comes to climax in our situation, what is the climax in our situation? Final death. How bewilderment takes place. Why death? if somebody go to a doctor, they say that you have some problem, then your starts, your bewilderment, your everything, all the priorities in the life changes, right? Recently some of them got sick. Then you see finally who only Vasudeva is the only shelter. Nobody can else in this world save you except Harinama. Why Harinama saves you? Because Golokara Premadana Harinama Sankirtana. Harinam Sankirtan is not manifested or invented by mundane people. That came all the way from the Goloka Vrindavan. From Goloka Vrindavan, these words penned by Krishna for the suffering humanity. So what is the suffering humanity? What is the symptoms of Kali Yuga? What is that shloka? Kalir doshe nide rajan. Kalir doshe nide rajan. Kali is full of faults. एक ही महागुण है कलियुग, एक महागुण कीर्तनादेवस्य कृष्णस्य, कीर्तनादेवस्य कृष्णस्य sarva something. Okay, so when you take Krishna's name in Kali Yuga, in fact of all these faults, it will give the ultimate liberation. So all these things comes where, starting from the Vegas, Arjas. Right, so three abstract, three gross Vegas have to be controlled. And if my question now, why Prabhuji were trying control. Control doesn't come overnight. It has to be practiced. Practiced under the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master. Because we all think that really do I have to take Guru Diksha? Guru. Aapko Guru chahiye. Yes, Guru is required. Why Guru is required? Because Guru has seen the real truth. What is that shloka? And what is that? Charva? No. Tattva Darshana, right? Last one. Yeah, I'm forgetting. So Guru is required because he has seen the truth. He impart the truth to you. He train you under his. What is that? The first line? No? Remember that? Right. So he imparts the truth to you. Then under the bona fide spiritual master, when you under trained, then you come to the understanding of the real truth. You may think, why I can't read books and why I can't understand myself. Assume that if you want to become a medical doctor, you cannot just buy a book from the medical shop and read yourself and you can write exam. Nobody will recognize that one. Mataji, please come this side. I want to see the faces, okay? This side. So, what's happening? When you want to become a doctor, you cannot read book yourself and become a doctor. Or you want to become an actor, you cannot become an actor just like that. Right? You have to go to acting school and become an actor. Doctor, actor, you have to go to a school. Same way you want to become a devotee of the Lord, then you have to be trained under a teacher. Same thing. Which teacher? Spiritual teacher who has seen the truth. Tattva Darshana. He has seen the truth, he will impart that truth to you. At that point, what happens? Whatever you practice devotional service under the bona fide spiritual master, then you come to the understanding that you are not this body, you are the soul. See, all these days we are telling we are not this body, we are the soul, but real identity, real self-realization comes when you surrender to spiritual master. Tadvitti panipranena pariprashnena sevaya upedyakshanti te jnaninam tattva darshana. When you have seen that, when you approach the spiritual master with humble mood, to learn from him, not to question him, not to test him, to go to spiritual master with a humble mood of service. I want to learn something. That spiritual master at his causeless mercy imparts the truth, and he will show you what the real truth is. At that point you come to understanding that you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. So then we have seen the second chapter. First Arjuna was thinking bewildered. Then in the 2.7, what is Karpanya Dosha? The shloka, he claims that, okay, now I got totally confused. I don't know what I am thinking, whether I should fight war or not. Please help me, Krishna. At that point you say, you are not my friend, you are my Guru. You say, you are my Jagat Guru. Then Krishna gives, what happens at that point? Krishna, then, okay, now you surrendered. That's the reason why, remember, when you don't surrender to Guru, because we appear sometimes to surrender, but we don't 100% surrender. That's not simple. You have to surrender 100% Guru. Whatever he says, we have to follow. That's the real surrender to Guru. No matter what he says, one should take Diksha from him, we have to surrender to him. Whatever he says, we have to do it. For example, our Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Master, his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, what he told him, you have to go to Western countries, preach about Bhagavad Gita, Krishna message to Western people. He was told when he was a Gruhastha, maybe 30-40 years back. But Srila Prabhupada took that as his life mission and goal, and he came at the age of 69 to this country to fulfill his Guru Maharaj desire. Look at that Srila Prabhupada's what you call faithness, or what you call the amount of the amount of faith on his Guru. He told 30-40 years back, he fulfilled his Gruhastha life. He came over here in the age of 69. Then he propagated the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in New York City, starting from there. Right? So when Arjuna surrendered 2.7, then he said, yes, you surrendered to me. Now it is my role to take a control and help you in such a way that you will be liberated. And then after 2 points and what, he goes to like 20-30 slokas about soul. He says, at that point he comes, you are not this body, you are the spirit, soul. He talks about the soul characteristics. Right? Najayate mrite va kadachin.
Nayam buddha bhavit. Rajonitya shashvatoyam. Nahanyate hanyam.
Mane sharira. He talks about all the, and soul cannot be burned, Nayanam Chindanti Shasana, all these talks about shlokas. Then, what he says, after talking about this Atma Tattva, that's called Sankhya philosophy. He speaks all these things to Arjuna. Then what happens? Even we are talking about Atma, but no, that is a dry speculation kind of thing. At some point, Arjuna shows blank face. I don't know what you're talking. Atma is there. Then Krishna thinks maybe I should give a little lower knowledge than Atma. Then he talks about Karma Yoga. He talks about through karmas how you can surrender to Lord Krishna. He shows all the karma niyamadikarasya, mahapaleshu, right? Those things. Exactly. All karma slokas, he talks karma, this karma, that karma. And finally, he comes to understanding that you have to do Nishkama Karma Yoga. See, karma itself has no meaning. When you do say just karma word, that has lot of effects. Karma is like a mundane karma. But karma with yoga, karma plus yoga becomes karma yoga. When you include yoga, what's happening yoga? Yoga, definition of yoga is you are linking with the God. What are you linking with the God? The desires of the Lord, you are aligning with the God. So all your karmas, you are aligning with the God, that becomes karma yoga. So he speaks about karma yoga. Right? And once karma yoga, but he says karma yoga we do, but the different levels of karma yoga. Karma yoga, this should be done Nishkama Karma Yoga. What is the Nishkama Karma Yoga? Means a task has to be performed for the Lord's service without expecting any result. And what happens when you expect the results? When you expect the results, means you are not depending on the God. You become the responsible for the either good or bad actions come out of it. Right? The good or bad comes out of those, then you become the responsible for either good or bad. But when you do Nishkama Karma Yoga, what kind of Nishkama Karma Yoga? Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama Karma Yoga. Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama. When that is done, then you are 100% surrendered to Lord. Either it comes positive, negative, you give it to Krishna. Same thing. Arjuna, after reading all this karma yoga, then he said, what did he do? He changed. Arjuna changed. I am ready to fight now. And after that, what he talks in the second chapter, how to control the senses. Because even all these aspects Krishna is talking, but if you don't control your senses, then we cannot able to do devotional practice correct. Then he talks about, apurvamanam, achalam pratishtam. He talks about, he compares with the sea, how the water in the sea is calm, all those things. He gives a lot of analogies. And also we have seen that a tortoise example. We have seen how the devotee of the Lord acts when there are worldly attractions are there, right? Tortoise, right? And I gave an example of horses running, right? And tortoise. A tortoise is right, we comparing horses with the Mayavadi sannyasi, tortoise with the Vaishnava sannyasi, how he goes to, all these things we discussed. He is stating that, what is that? Atmavaschair videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Right? He says, Atmavaschair videyatma. When you surrender, with what kind of surrender? You have to, senses have to be controlled, and you have to follow rules and regulations prescribed in the scriptures. At that point, you are controlling your senses, then you have a control over your mind, intelligence and everything. So he explains those things we have seen. So after that, what happens is now, the third chapter, question comes, okay, Krishna spoke up to second chapter, everything is given in second chapter to achieve the devotion service. But why we need all remaining 16 chapters? Right, anybody has answer for that one? Because second chapter is called Gita content summarized. But after that, he spoke third chapter also, Karma Yoga. Why does Arjuna need third chapter when everything was taught in the second chapter? Any guesswork?
Is it the second is summarized, then he breaks into each one, the Dhyana Yoga and then the opulence and then.
Right, that is one answer. Other one? Just yeah.
To reinforce.
Yes, that's other answers too. That's answer too. What I am thinking is that Arjuna himself is a liberated soul. Arjuna doesn't need Bhagavad Gita. Is that true? Because Krishna puts Arjuna in Yogamaya potency. Okay, and through Arjuna he is giving this message to us. Arjuna doesn't need even first chapter, second chapter. So Krishna knows that coming generations, posterities, they need more detailed information, because we have a lot of people asking questions, right? When you go back, this chapter, that chapter. That's why he wanted to explain in detail beyond second chapter. Because he talks in second chapter, he talks about karma yoga, everything, all the yogas. But you want to go in the detailed. There are a lot of things, action, inaction, action in Krishna consciousness. Those things are going to come in the third chapter. Okay. So now we will start third chapter, first shloka. Okay. We all have books, right? Okay. Arjuna uvacha jayasya set karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam nijo yasya si kesava. Shiva, I want to read the translation.
Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruity work.
Such a wonderful question he is asking. He is asking, O Arjuna, O Keshava, O Madhava, why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? Because he is compared to previous chapter, because you told Sankhya philosophy about Atma and all these things, Now you are asking me to engage in the work, right? And in the second chapter also Krishna explains that the knowledge of the self is required, right? He says you are not the body or the soul. And further he explains so many shlokas also, right? Subsequently he said you should fight. Because Arjuna is thinking, all these things, okay, you will let me live alone. He said you have to fight, you have to action. He gave the knowledge. Knowledge is a one thing, theory. Now you have to show in the practice. You have to fight. Then Arjuna getting started shivering, oh, now I have to fight because all these Atma Jnana has given, now I have to fight. So then Arjuna is also confused. Keshava, why do you ask me to engage in this ghastly affair? You gave knowledge of the self and all these things, but now you are asking me to fight. So if you look at the purport, it says Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in the previous chapter. Right? With view of delivering his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material grief. And the path of self-realization has been recommended in Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia. That's a problem. We think Krishna consciousness, we think it's a inertia, but it's a dynamic. It's a dynamic. Okay? And one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of the Lord Sri Krishna. This is the most misunderstanding we have. We think I can go to somewhere else, I can secludedly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is not practical at all. Right? But without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place. So without proper training. Training under whom? Training under bona fide spiritual master. I am insisting again, bona fide spiritual master. That is required for everyone to go back to Godhead. Why we require spiritual master? Why we need spiritual master to go back to Godhead? He is the Tattvadarshina and is the agent. He is the agent for Krishna. If you want to go to Dubai, whom do you go through? You go to agent. Bombay में कौन है? Okay, 2 लाख रुपये लगेगा तो मैं दुबई को जाऊँगा. नहीं तो अमेरिका H1 visa देऊँगा. This one, that one, right? We need agents. So that agent will be our guru. If you want to go to Krishna Loka, you have to go through agent. Agent is spiritual master. Okay, that's why Krishna consciousness is not practiced in a secluded place. They have to be practiced among the devotees, realized souls. Why?
Because senses are very dangerous.
Very dangerous. That's the one thing. We have an example in Bhagavatam. Who is that goes under water and 60,000 years he does? Shaubhari Muni. Shaubhari Muni, what he does, he sees all these disturbances. I say, let me go under water and do 60,000 japa. He goes under water. 60,000 years he does a very perfect meditation without deviation, and he just opens his eyes and he says a fish mating. Fishes are mating for the procreation. By seeing that small event, he falls down, he marries to some king daughters, 20-30 daughters, he produces hundreds of kids. So what I am saying is, Mataji, the senses are very, very powerful. They can deviate very easily. That's why Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam. They told very clearly these Vegas have to be, adjust have to be very, very controlled. This controlling doesn't come when you go to Himalayas. That's why in India we have a lot of propaganda, false propaganda against us, lot of sannyasis, because they don't control their senses. They just put a fake dress and they try to imitate. That's why we don't have respect for sannyasis in India. If you go there, we don't know whom to believe and whom to not believe. Whom to believe and not believe, because of these problems. That's why you should not be practiced secular place, because that's why what he says that sadhu sangha, lavamatra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. A small association of devotees will deliver you. They are like a fencing about your devotional service, devotees. Fencing. When you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right, you need a fence against your life. Devotees fencing that one. That's why Sadhu Sangha is very, very powerful. Very, very, very much needed. That's why even big Maharajas also take association. Why? Without association, it will be fall down. Shaubar Muni now 60,000 years after doing that, why did he have to fall down? Because he didn't have a association. He thought, okay, water inside is the safe place. Let me go there and do the meditation. But that's not the safe place. Only safe place is among the devotees. Association of the devotees is the only safe place. And also, what do you get association from? You get the faith also. Your faith increases, right? When you go to association, okay. Because same thing, if you go to drunkards, you want to drink more. When you go to smokers, you want to smoke. Same, it's not just same example. When you go to association of devotees, you want to become a devotee. Very simple formula. Right? That's why it's recommended that you should not go to any secluded place where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness or Buddhi Yoga or intelligence is spiritual advancements of knowledge or as something like retirement from the active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. See, Arjuna misunderstood when he said, oh, Krishna is giving this knowledge, let me go to nice place, some Himalayas, let me start practicing. But he said, Krishna said, nothing doing. You have to stay here, you have to fight the war. Even same thing in our lives also. We want to escape things. No, we have to fight with this Maya and come up out of this material contamination, whatever we call, or material sufferings. Okay. In other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid fighting by using Krishna consciousness an excuse. Look at this. So Prabhupada writes wonderful lines. I can use Krishna consciousness and excuse, then I don't want to work. I mean, in the sense, I don't want to fight. But as a sincere student, he placed the matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. So, we sometimes also in dilemma in our lives. So, the thing is spiritual masters surrender. So, whatever advices they give, we follow. Krishna, see, we are just following Krishna, Arjuna's whatever examples they have given. He said that his master questioned Krishna the course of action. So, whatever Krishna gave at that point, Arjuna followed without fail. After hearing Gita, who changed? Arjuna changed or Krishna changed? Arjuna changed. Because information was absolute. So after hearing Bhagavad Gita, what we have to do? We should also change. 2 rounds to 4 rounds. Is that happening? I don't know. Are we changing?
We are changing, Prabhuji.
Yeah. We are changing our body, I know that.
No. Changing, we are advancing as well.
Oh, very nice.
Earlier we did not used to have even doing 1 round, so we had advanced to 2 rounds, some had advanced to 4, 4 have advanced to 8, and gurus like you are doing 64 in a day on a holiday.
No, I don't want to lie, I only do 16.
16 at least, there are so many. So we are, though this is small steps, baby steps, but we are.
Yes, very nice. Slow. That's fine.
So everybody has his own
their own
pace
pace.
and all
But
that.
that's the only thing is in this Kali Yuga. See, we will talk more details. Okay. So, in answer to Lord Krishna, elaborately explained Karma Yoga. Because Arjuna, what happened after hearing to Krishna? He said, "Oh no, Krishna gave me nice Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let me go to one hermit and usme baith ke let me chant my Hare Krishna. I don't have to fight this war. Oh, I am done for the day." He thought that way. And he says, Krishna comes, nothing doing. I am giving this knowledge to fight the war, not to escape. Same thing in our Grihastha life also. We have so many challenges, day-to-day activities. Oh, I want to just leave everything and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but that's not a solution. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is only a vehicle for you to approach towards Goloka Vrindavan by dealing your current situation. It's not an easy task to especially in this material world. Dealing current situation is not easy. Tell me whose lives are easy, whether working or non-working. Everybody has the same problem. Everybody has the same problem. Challenge, right? Once you start Monday, you get fear. Oh, I have to go to office tomorrow morning. Anybody waits for Monday to go to office? Tell me. Raise the hand.
Happily.
Happily?
No.
Nobody wants to go to office Monday because you have all weekend emails. You have to go through this problem, that problem. Kids won't go to school. Why that is happening?
We don't belong. We don't want to fight.
Right. So the solution is, but are we stopping going to work even though we have so many difficulties? We still go there somehow, like or dislike, we go there because we have commitments. Unfortunately or fortunately, you got married. Now we are stuck in that maya. We can't escape now. We are stuck. When you are stuck, you have to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Now, we have to do our dharma also. When you have taken responsibility, you have to fulfill 100%. If you had known like 50-20 years back, you would have not married or whatever. Brahmachari, remain as a brahmachari.
If you enter the grasta, you have to work.
Yes,
If
definitely.
you don't, then you don't have to.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you take responsibility, you have to fulfill 100%.
Yeah.
If you are not taken,
That's
that's a different story.
Yeah.
Now we are all stuck. But how to come out of that
Get out.
situation? That is the smart thing, right? Now how to get out of. So that's why Krishna said very clearly that you don't have to come out of this family life. The Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada and all acharyas, some of acharyas are Advaita Acharya is a married person. And Srivasa Acharya was a married person. Out of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu direct disciples, some of them are grihasthas. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that one thing. When Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu went for the door-to-door Harinam chanting, what happened was they saw Jagai and Madai, most fallen souls, Jagai and Madai. And there is a lot of people surrounding, and Jagai and Madai, though they were born in Brahmana family, because of some bad association, they became all fallen souls. And they were drinking, womanizer, everything they are doing. And in a marketplace, the whole group was there. Then Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu came and see what's happening in this group. They see these two people are doing all nonsense things. Then Nityananda Prabhu boldly he went and asked them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So they said they refused totally. Again, next they came to know where they stay. Next morning again they went to their door, asked them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then they severely, very forcefully they rejected. And also not only that one, they hit with him some stone or something. And Nityananda Prabhu had a big hurt on his head and blood was coming up. In spite of that also, Nityananda Prabhu asking, begging them, please chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then the one of the Jagai Madai, he has seen why he is asking so. Then he became so heart was melt. He said, he is asking so this one. Then he started. They started talking. Then meanwhile, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know that Nityananda Prabhu got hurt. He was running. What happened to my Nityananda Prabhu? He came and he saw that Nityananda Prabhu was bleeding. Then he was about to leave his Sudarshan Chakra, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Lord Krishna himself, combination of Radha and Krishna. We are about to leave Sudarshan Chakra. Then what happens? Nityananda Prabhu says, stop, God, stop, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stop, because you are the avatar of this Kali Yuga, you are the most munificent incarnation of this avatar, right, most merciful in this age. If you leave this chakra, they are going to die. And this whole Kali Yuga is all Jagais and Madais. We are all examples of Jagais and Madais. And if you kill all these people, how many people are you going to kill? You have to kill everyone in this Kali Yuga. But that's not the reason for your advent. Your advent is to deliver the conditioned souls, deliver the most fallen souls. That's why called munificent incarnation, Lord Gauranga. Munificent, most fallen people are delivered in this. Only one condition is what? Just take this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, follow 4 regulative principles, you are done for the life. No, either you are born as a Brahmana or Shudra or Kshatriya, doesn't matter. Just take. That's why, what is that? Harirnama, Harirnama, Harirnamaiva Kevalam, Kalau Naseva, 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 Gatiranyati. In this age of Kali, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he gave this name wherever people see, take Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You don't have any you don't need any qualification. Only qualification is, as per Rupa Goswami, Utschaha means enthusiasm and patience. I'll tell you a story on patience. Patience. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a lot of associates. And one of closest was Murari Gupta. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a very close associate. You know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? On the right side Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, left side Nityananda Prabhu, Gaur Nitai. Here. And top Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu has Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a lot of pastimes. So Murari Gupta was his close associate. One time what happened was, Murari Gupta was somehow influenced by the Mayavadi philosophers. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was totally against Mayavadi philosophy. Mayavadi philosophy means, in India we have a lot of Mayavadis, that what they think, what the Mayavadi philosophy tells about?
God.
I am the God, he is the God, there is no difference between God and human. They think that way. Aham Brahmasmi. Right? They think that way.
We got and merge in.
Yeah, and we have other higher philosophy, they merge in the God, whatever they think, okay? So, and that's not true, because God is separate from us and we are a part and parcel of Krishna. That's the real philosophy. That's non-Mayavadi philosophy. So, Mayavadi philosophers influenced by Murari Gupta. Then, Murari Gupta comes back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so mad on Murari Gupta. He said, I don't want to see his face. Don't let him allow into my room. Then Murari Gupta said, what did I do? Because those days, when they don't see Mahaprabhu one day, because Supreme Lord, they used to feel separation from him. They want to see. He said, when Murari Gupta comes, don't allow him into my room. Then his assistant or secretary says, no, you're not allowed. What did I do? Why Mahaprabhu doesn't want to see my face? I don't know. We don't know what the reason. He doesn't want to see your face. Then who is the Swarup Damodar Maharaj? Swarup Damodar, his secretary, personal secretary, and it does for 1 week, 10 days. And Murari Gupta was weeping and crying. When I am going to see Mahaprabhu? When I am going to see Mahaprabhu? Then Swarup Damodar says, Mahaprabhu, he is weeping for you because of your separation. When are you going to allow him to see him? Then Mahaprabhu says, what does he say, Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu says, okay, tell him that I am going to see him after 10 million years.
He will be happy.
Mahaprabhu says, tell him that I am not going to see him now. After 10 million years, I will see him.
Very good. Jumps and
Then Swarup Damodar comes and tells Murari Gupta, saying that, hey, Mahaprabhu says that he wanted to see after 10 million years. Then was the reaction from Murari Gupta?
Generally, it has to be sad.
He was sad. Now, after hearing this news, he jumps and be happy. At least Mahaprabhu gave guarantee that he will see me after 10 million years. Look at the enthusiasm he has and patience he has. So that's example, Murari Gupta example for patient enthusiasm. Means Lord guaranteed at least he will see me after 10 million years. But in between you, for us, we don't know when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to see us. 10 million or 10 billion years, we don't know. So for devotional service, but we should have that faith that Mahaprabhu is going to see me one day. Mahaprabhu is going to see me one day. As long as you are not committing any offenses, chanting properly Hare Krishna Mahamantra, slowly, and slowly look at the Gurus, slowly see whom you want to surrender to Guru. So it's a spiritual path. As long as you are doing these activities, you are saved. As per Srila Prabhupada tells that one American devotee, when he came to America in 1969, he asked, Swamiji, you are so old, okay, you are so fragile, you came to this country in this cold, okay, and why? What do you want to achieve here?
I want you to shut up now. Go downstairs.
What do you want to achieve here? he tells two things to him. He says that if out of all the millions of people taking up this Krishna consciousness, if one becomes a true devotee of the Lord, my mission is successful. So Prabhupada tells that words. Second thing he says that, if one person becomes a true devotee of the Lord, he will take me back to the God. Srila Prabhupada putting these words like this. So what about you and me, like people? Right? So for devotional service you need to have Utsaha and patience. These two are required. Because if you have a Utsaha, if you don't have patience, you'll fail. You have a patience, if you don't have Utsaha, useless. These two things have to be practiced very, very carefully. Okay? So I think today we came late and we'll just talk for 5 more minutes and stop it. So this is what, after hearing this Karma Yoga, whole Karma Yoga is basically after hearing from Krishna, Arjuna was thinking, okay, let me go to secluded place and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then I am done for it. But that is not true. The truth thing is, after hearing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what is my responsibility? I have to now fight. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not a inert, it is a dynamic activity. And that has to be practiced among the devotees, not in a secluded places. Even very highly elevated souls also, they take association. Maharajas, if you take, Maharajas take also association. When I went to Gita Nagari retreat last year, like last June, for Radhanath Swami retreat, I think you also came. Yeah, one day you came. So one day, after Maharaj class, one morning, Mangalarati, after Mangalarati, Radhanath Swami came and is sitting in the chair. Then Gita Nagari, some Prabhu was giving class. Maharaj was hearing class so interestingly. I was surprised. I don't know, people like Radhanath Swami also hearing some ordinary class given by person. Then I think somebody was saying that, I was talking to my Guru Maharaj asking, I said, do you think Maharajas doesn't need association? Do you think we don't hearing? We also need hearing from someone, people like you. Look at their humility and humbleness. See, we speak all the time, but we have to also hear from people. When I talk something, I also want to hear, because I have to protect my devotional life also. You get something out of me, but I should get something out of someone else. So Radhanath Swami was 1 hour, he was hearing the class, whole morning Bhagavatam class. Then evening he was giving class, Radhanath Swami. He was referring, morning Vaisheshika Prabhu gave class, and I like these 2 points he was referring. Look at the humility of the people like Radhanath Swami talking about these things. It means, what is indicating that? Even people like Radhanath Swami level also, they need association. And last year, one time, Guru Maharaj was telling in New York City, Radhanath Swami was there, and Radhanath Swami, my Guru Maharaj, and Barsana Maharaj, he used to be in Vrindavan, he is somewhere in New York. Barsana Maharaj and one more Maharaj, they came all together for that doing kirtan themselves. So what I'm saying is, it's not the association just we need, every level they need association. No, you think I am so advanced, I don't need association. No, we have seen the example of Shaubhari Muni, so elevated soul, 60,000 years in the water, just looking at some activity, he fell down. That could happen to any one of us in this, because we have so many attractions outside this room. Right? This Kali Yuga, we have so many attractions. Attracted to very easily. Workplace or any place you go, attracted to so many activities, either food or any activity, you are easily attracted. But how to protect from them our devotional life? Only when you are in the association of devotees, right? So that protects your life, your devotional life. So association of devotees is like a fence around your devotional life. And chanting and hearing is like a pouring water to your seed of bhakti. Your seed of bhakti, for that bhakti to protect that, it needs a fencing, it needs a water also. Chanting and hearing, Shravanam and Kirtanam is like a pouring water, and the devotees are like a protection of the fence, then you are perfectly protected. Why we are meeting every week here? Do you think we don't have anything better than doing this one? To reinforce our faith. Because once you go out of this room, we forget. People in our day-to-day activities, we forget. But at least once in a week, reinforce what is our commitment to our life, who are you, what is your responsibility, where you want to go after your death. If these three things are not answered, if these things are not not getting in your life, the whole life is a waste. What happens? You take life after life, one more life, second life, third life. We have been going, what is that called? Brahmanda Brahmiteko ne Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasada Vaya Bhaktilata Bija. You're going Brahmanda after going up to Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, this Loka, Tapoloka, Vanoloka, all these lokas you're going, again coming. What is called? Chewing the chewed. Prahlad Maharaj says that chewing the chewed. I don't remember the sloka. Chewing the chewed means I'll tell you example. In Sankranti days, we buy a what is that called? Sugarcane stick, right? And you make into pieces. We all eat in India. We all eat, right? People, kids here, food, they don't know how to eat that. Yeah, Ganna. Kate nice. Okay. Sweet juice comes. You throw. Again you take. Again you juice. Again you throw. Again you take. Again. Punaha charvita charvanam, something Prahlad Maharaj says. Chewing the chewed. You have taken this lifetime and you went to LKG, upper KG, 10th class public exam, 12th, engineering, H1 visa, green card, having married, having kids, grandkids. Iska shaadi bhi dekhna hai. This is done. Then you are done. Died. Again you take again birth. Again LKG. Again this one, again married, again this one, again you die. Again you take one more life if you are a human being. Again this one. You keep on taking life after life, chewing the chewed, taking that juice, oh, some more juice comes. So again take the juice, oh, ganna mein kuch juice hai, throw that one. Taking life after life, what are you achieving here? Chewing the chewed, nothing. If you are lucky, you get human form of the life. Otherwise, any animal life. What kind of faith we have? Is it really worth it? Maybe in America you may say it's worth it because you have green card also. No, safe. I can work anywhere and I can live happily because I have a green card. But if you go a person who is in Nicaragua, not Nicaragua, where the famine countries, lot of famine is there. Somalia. You go and ask a person, you want to take one more life? What he will say? No, I don't want anymore because I'm suffering with so much hunger. I don't want to take, I want to die. In the situation, assume that what happens? Do you want to take one more life? No life, let me go. So, what I'm saying is that it's really worth it. We're taking life after life. We're doing the same thing, same thing. But where are you ending up? Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha dosha darshanam. Janma mrityu jara vyadi. Keep on taking back and forth. But we are not learning anything. So that's why it's the best opportunity for you. Take up, if you are not chanting, take one round Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It takes hardly 7 minutes of your precious time. After 24 hours, 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes takes. Chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That protects your devotional life. It's not my words, Krishna's words. Always remember 2.40. What is the 2.40, Srishika? Neha Vikrama. Remember 2.40. A small amount of devotional service done for Lord Krishna will save you from greatest type of danger in your life. And it is guaranteed you become a human being in the next life. Small amount that gives you chance to progress from there. And these things we take very easily, but these are spoken by Lord Sri Partaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Narayanena Swayam spoke these words. Don't take it so easily. He says, whatever amount of devotional practice you do for me in this lifetime, I'll save you, I'll give you human form in the next lifetime. Even just hearing this one class is enough for you to take human form next life. When you come to this class, one class as per Srila Prabhupada, one class is, when you come to one class or one activity attend, your devotional life has been begun. You may go back to God this lifetime, next lifetime we don't know. But your devotional service has been begun. Your first step has started. You come to class means your first step has been started. So that's why always Shravanam, Kirtanam. Shravanam, listen Krishna Katha, because that's the only, see, if you want to know somebody, if you want to know about Bill Gates, you read newspaper. Oh, Bill Gates has one wife, 3 kids, he has $70 billion. Then you know about Bill Gates. You want to know about Krishna, what you should do? Either you should read yourself or you have to listen to from someone. Shravanam. Shravanam leads to Kirtanam. Then Kirtanam leads to Smaranam. So look at that. Srila Vyasadeva wrote perfectly Bhagavatam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. In between Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. These 9 processes of devotional service are, they are hierarchical. Look at that. Every aspect of devotional life was perfectly situated. The Vedas, 6 are abstract, 6 are gross. Body, Sthula Sharir, Sukshma Sharir. Same way, Shravanam, first step is Shravanam. Because, why Shravanam? Anything in this fold starts with sound. Is that true? Shravanam. If somebody is sleeping, hey, Kirit, get up. How that goes to his? Only sound vibration is the most powerful. That's why Shravanam, when you hear about Krishna, what happens? That goes through here and here connects with the super soul. Shravanam. Most important Shravanam. So then you hear Shravanam, that leads you Kirtanam. That leads to Vishnu Smaranam. Smaranam. Then that leads to Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atman. These are all higher levels. So every devotional start with Shravanam and Kirtan. That's why when you get a chance, if you go to ISKCON-Desire-Tree.net, all songs are the Hare Krishna songs. Just free. ISKCON-Desire-Tree.net, you have Kirtan. Whole day, if you are a housewife at home, put Kirtan, whole day let Kirtan go on. Classes are there, listen to them. When you listen, then you get a interest. And also this is pure knowledge. It's not like a mundane knowledge. If I ask you to read chemistry, physics or math for half an hour, what happens? You get bored. Or if I ask you, say, Coca-Cola, what happens? You get bored after, what is this Coca-Cola? If you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you'll never get bored. Why? Those words are absolute. Those words are Golokera Premadana, Harinam Sankirtan. Those words came from Goloka Vrindavan to here, to deliver us. That's why you don't get bored. Of course, we all get bored when we chant, right? Though Babuji do round ke bas mujhe dil nahi lagta chant karne ke liye. Because we don't have taste for it. We don't have taste for it. Pure Shuddhanam is very, very difficult to get it. Once you get the Shuddhanam, that's it. Ado Shuddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivrutti. That's the biggest role. Anartha Nivrutti takes 2 to 3 lifetimes for people. Unwanted desires. We have so many unwanted desires here. Even including myself when I say. Until those desires are gone, you don't get the self-realization. What is that Bhagavatam says? Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogyata. Evam prasanna manaso. Prasanna means very peaceful and very uncontaminated mind. When you have the evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogyata, Bhagavan comes and resides in your heart. If that is not done, and all these things done, again everything you can tie back to Sri Rupa Goswami's first instruction. Vegas. Vegas have to be controlled. And the Vegas have to be controlled. No kids. Just you want to go upstairs for 1 minute? Go upstairs for 2-3 minutes. Don't come until I call you. Okay? Vegas have to be controlled. And I'll tell you one thing. All of these Vegas are sexual desire. If you control Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaropasta Vegam, Yetan Vegan Upayasudireha. If you control these 6 you can control sexual life. That is the one knot in this four which binds all these things. If you lose total desire for that one, self-realization manifests in the heart. I'm telling you very honestly. Because Shastra says this thing. If you read Rupa Goswami's instruction also, sexual desire is the one which knots all this in this world. But is given up. If you give up that one, you can see how peaceful that will be your mind.
Thank you.
But that is a challenge. That's why Vegas have to be controlled. Why we have to call all the each and every part of the body can be controlled by Krishna's mercy. Once tongue, Seve Nukehi Jivado. When the tongue is, everything is controlled, right? See, all the desires comes what you eat. When you eat Krishna Prasadam offered to Krishna, sanctified food, that controls tongue. When the tongue is controlled, belly, everything is controlled. That's why try to eat as much as possible only Krishna Prasadam, then your tongue is controlled, then you can control all the desires. That is the only obstacle for the devotional service, the desire. If that is controlled, that is regulated, then devotional service is very, very easy. And it is, see, for Gruhasthas it is there only for procreation, not beyond that. Okay, so we'll stop here. This one. Any questions? Go ahead, please.
What is the difference between Kirtanam and Smaranam?
Yeah, very nice. Kirtanam and Smaranam. Mataji, you want to Kirtanam and Smaranam? Yeah, Mataji, Cheppandi. It's all right.
Kirtanam need not be linked with Smaranam, Prabhuji. But when you do Smaranam, it's automatically glorifying the Lord also. When you do Kirtan, it can be, sometimes you need not remember Lord in that sense. You are even memorizing a verse or something because you have to tell that verse in the Bhakta Viksha. It need not be like, it is because you love Krishna and you want to do it for Krishna. You are remembering Krishna and doing that. Okay, tomorrow I have an exam, I have to attend the exam. So you are even memorizing, some exam is there, kids memorize their exam and then go and tell the answers. That is, they are doing it. Right? So, but at that time the Smaranam might not be there. It can be a way of Kirtanam, like 2 things, right, Prabhuji? Kirtanam is one you do wholeheartedly, once you understand and once you want to let others know about Krishna and want to let it. And one is, okay, I like it, I am doing. And now I remember something what we had at Ranga Prabhu's house. You remember, Prabhuji? Ranga Prabhu was dancing nicely. I remember that scene.
Prabhu is always dancing.
Was dancing very ecstatically.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
then in their house, Prabhuji took Bhakta Riksha.
Right.
And then Prabhuji said that, you remember that Ranga Prabhu was dancing so nicely, ecstatically. Prabhuji said, because we think generally, because we feel that happiness because we love Krishna. Then Prabhuji said, immediately Ranga Prabhu said, no Prabhuji, I even dance if at all it is a nice music also. So that is the difference. Kirtanam, at that time maybe we don't remember sometimes. Not only you, sometimes I do Kirtan, my mind will be somewhere thinking like, what is Shreyas doing upstairs? Is he jumping? Is he bothering somebody? Or what should I do for tomorrow morning cooking? But Smaranam is like, it's as Prabhuji has said, gross and
involved, 100% involved. Yeah, I think that's a good example.
Subconsciously involved.
Shravanam is like a gross level. Smaranam is you dream, you do all the time 24%. I'll give examples. The Shravanam is, Smaranam, who is the example? Smaranam example? Prahlad Maharaj. I'll give example. Prahlad Maharaj, do you know about Prahlad Maharaj, right? His father was such a demonic nature, Hiranyakashipu. He was always 24/7
thinking about Krishna.
Remembering? Krishna. That is Smaranam. And Kirtanam is, example is Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is a Vyasadeva's son. He is narrating all the Bhagavatam stories to Parikshit Maharaj. See, even, okay, I'll take example. I am teaching this class, but I am not 100% devotee. I am not like a realized soul. I have my own problems. But I am preaching this class on behalf of Guru Parampara. What I told in the class, so all of them belongs to me also. I had to learn something from that. But I am preaching on behalf of Guru Parampara. But when I practice them 100%, that is becomes Smaranam. Did you get it that? Shravanam, Kirtanam means not necessarily you are 100% following what you are telling, or you are not 100% involved. But Smaranam means, that's it. Prahlad Maharaj, best. Prahlad Maharaj, other than Hare Krishna, he doesn't know anything. That is real Smaran. Is that clear or?
No.
Gross level and subtle level.
Remembering
Yeah.
the Lord. This
Yeah.
is like glorification of the Lord, but yet times you might not remember the Lord also.
Right.
How come, Mataji, if you don't remember, how can you glorify the Lord? Yes, we do. Many times
Yeah,
we do
exactly.
that. We do
Yeah.
in the office. We don't
When
like
you go to
boss.
office, yes.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
My boss is. I am smaraning my boss also.
See?
Yeah, you are smaraning your boss. That's right.
No,
That's very
we
right.
all do.
You always remember thinking about the your boss and then glorifying.
I also
But that
do.
doesn't
Can
work
you ask
with
Kiriti to come down? Kiriti, Napsari. Kirit!
Prabhuji, I just wanted to add here something. Prabhuji was saying like inert. This is not inert. Krishna consciousness is not inert. It is very dynamic, right? So if it was inert, Krishna would have chosen Bhishma Dev because he is brahmachari, because he is old. If it was inert, but it is dynamic. It is for the grihastha life. It is for the young people. Many people say that, oh, it's not your age right now to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. We can read when the retirement stage comes. If that was the case, Krishna would have chosen Bhishma Dev. That was, he was the perfect person to tell, right? Bhagavad Gita. Why did he choose Arjuna? Because Bhishma Dev doesn't have many responsibilities though, other than taking care of Hastinapur kingdom. He did not do. And related to that, Gita Mahatmya, before even Bhagavad Gita starts, before the disciplic succession, there is a small two-line verse. Prabhuji was saying like Arjuna is very realized and he is already liberated and delivered soul, but still he acted, right? For that there is a very nice verse. Sarvopanishado gavo dogda gopala nandana partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdam Gitamrita Mahat. Just 3 lines translation. This Gita Upanishad Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all Upanishad, is just like a cow. Is just like a cow. And Lord Krishna, who is the famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. And whom he is using as the calf as Arjuna. First we send the calf first to get the milk. Directly if you go and try to milk the cow, it will kick you out. So Arjuna is just like a calf, and the learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink the nectarian milk of the Bhagavad Gita. Why this? He said he learned scholars and we are not learned. But those are the agents, as Prabhuji has said, to transmit the knowledge, transfer the knowledge.
Exactly. 5 minutes, sir. That's it. Great. We don't have much time. No, Krishna, books and cricket now. Sit down. True.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Akash.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Where is Rohit? Rohit, come here.
He's in the back.
Oh, wrong sign. Come here, Rohit. Okay, Gayatri, want to say Prasadam prayer? Go ahead.
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Svaka Punya Vasanyajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Shariram Vidyaja Jodendriya Taheka Jive Phale Vishesagare Taramadya Jivati Logo Maya Sudharmati Rakeshite Katna Samsare Krishna Baro Dayomai Kori Bare Jiva Jai Swaprasada Nadilopai Seya Namata Pao Shri Radha Krishna Gunagao Premedako Chaitanya Nitai Jainimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
I have two announcements.
Shri Nitai Sachi Sutta Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya Laddu Gopal
Ki Jai. I have two announcements here. Next Saturday we don't have class. Rather we have class on Friday by Dhanvir Goswami. He is the direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Friday 7 to 9 in our house. Saturday also we have seminars in South Plainfield and Sunday in the temple. So email has come. Please look into details. Any questions, please give me a call. Okay, so one thing, and what is the second thing?
Tomorrow Ramnavami celebration.
Tomorrow Ramnavami celebration in the MVCC hall. If you can make it, that would be great.
Yeah, you get the chance to do the Abhishek to the Sitaram.
Lakshman. Special deities came from India. Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman. Tomorrow Abhishek will be there. It will be 5 o'clock in the temple. So if you can make, that would be great. So next Friday we have class, then following Saturday as usual. So next Saturday no class.
Friday instead.
Right. Yeah, Friday Dhanvir Goswami 7 to 9. Please, make it available next Friday. Topic is relationships.
Balancing the
relationship.
Balancing the relationship. That's very important, right? 3 days seminar. So all relations have to be balanced. So that's very important.
This Maharaj really connects to the new devotees or their link to the people.
He is a doctor by profession.
Also very good counselor. Counselor, mentor, lot of things.
Okay, Prasadam.